And I have to put you on mute. Everyone's on mute. So when we're going to sit to do our breathing, so we're going to start every class with some breath work. I just don't want you creating any tension anywhere. So I've got a bolster. So if you've got like a cushion or something like that, you can always put that down and sit on it like you're straddling it, which is quite nice for the pelvis to feel supported. Let me tilt that a little bit so you can see me. So it's literally sitting on there like that with your knees. Or you can always just shove a cushion or blocks. So you can get yoga blocks, or even if you just get books. So that if you wanted to sit cross-legged and your knees are quite tight, you can build a support so that your knees can just rest on something rather than trying to get any sort of tension around in your hips or knees. So get yourself in a nice position that works for you, whether it be cross-legged, cushions under you. We just want to try and relax the pelvis, relax our shoulders, allow ourselves to breathe. So just to start with, to just close your eyes and just bring that attention and awareness to your breath. So we're not going to try and control it at all, we're just bringing an attention and awareness to our breath. So just notice your chest moving, belly moving. And then just make sure that your jaw and your neck and your shoulders are nice and relaxed. As you slowly just bring that attention and awareness to your breath. And I want you to try and make those breaths, inhales and exhales, just through the nose if you can. And allow them to be long. So it's quite nice stress relief, allowing that length of that breath. And just again noticing the movements of your abdomen. Allow it to expand. And just keeping that attention and awareness. And we've gone through a few breathing techniques, so that Ujjayi breath where that's a victorious breath, so you're almost huffing into that mirror but with your mouth closed. Or you've got the golden thread breath where you're just opening the lips slowly. And then we have the alternate nostril breathing, which is all about balance, bringing a bit of balance into our breath. So our mind is going to naturally wander in these states, but just try and bring it back to that body awareness. And then we're going to try and inhale and exhale for 4 seconds. So don't feel panicked if you can't follow it. Exhale all of your air out. And then take a slow inhale in through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. So you might find that that's 4 seconds is too much for you. So just be aware of that rhythm. Be aware of that inhale and exhale. You might find that you want to hold it for inhaling for longer or exhaling for longer. All whilst just checking that space in between your eyebrows where you get your little frown lines, your jaw. Inhaling in. Exhaling heart rate down, get into that nice, relaxed nervous system state, just through our breath. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Just that focus on your breath. And then again, just still with that attention and awareness just on your breath. Just slowly bring one hand to your heart and one hand to baby. And as you draw that attention to your breath, just notice the movement of your hands. And you might find that your breath has suddenly become quicker. So just try and draw that attention on making it a little bit slower. And just notice the points of contact you've got with the floor. And if you do have any areas of tension, just trying to melt that away with your exhales. And as we sit in this stillness with our breath, our mind naturally wants to run forward or run back. That I should be doing this and I should be doing that. And just trying to allow your mind to be present, be now, be with your breath. And it can be supernatural, like really nice and comfortable for some people, or it can be totally weird and take a lot of practice. So at night, sometimes you might find that you're struggling with getting to sleep because you're naturally worrying. So just bring that attention and awareness to your breath. Inhale in for 4, exhale out for 4. And just keep that attention and focus. Those worries are still going to be there when you wake up in the morning. Can't really do anything about them in the middle of the night. And you can just draw that attention as you inhale in through the nose, what it feels like. Does it feel cool? Does it feel warm? Things like that. Just allow yourself a little bit of stillness. And then just sweep both arms up overhead. Sitting up nice and tall. Drop that right hand by that right hip. Bring that left arm up and over. Come over to the left. Drop that left hand. Bring that right hand up and over. So you're still trying to keep it into a side stretch, not folding forward. Up and over to the right. And then up and over to the left. And then come back to centre, gently twisting round to the right. Bring that right hand behind you, left hand to right knee as you twist that upper body round. Not allowing that neck to crank round. So you want to keep that nose in line with the midline of your chest. And then come round to the left, left hand behind you, right hand to left knee. So whilst you're in this position, if bump is too big, just bring that right hand to your right knee so you're still able to twist that upper body round. And then come back to centre. Drop that right ear to that right shoulder. And nice and slowly bring it up and over to the left. Coming back up to centre, drop that chin to your chest. And then drawing that chin up as much as your neck will allow. Draw that head back to centre. Interlace your hands, push your palms away so you're pushing into your shoulders. So you're almost arching, you're pushing into those shoulders. And then you're going to flip your palms out, reach those arms up, lift that heart up. And then you're going to exhale into those cactus arms. So you're bringing those elbows high, opening up that chest. Interlace your hands, push forward, push into those shoulders, draw that chin to your chest, palms facing out, reach those arms up, lift that heart as you go, and then cactus arms out. One more, interlacing your hands, push forward, draw that chin to your chest, flip those palms up as you lift that heart up. Take a nice inhale as you exhale, cactus arms out. Elbows in line with your shoulder. Reaching those hands up. And then bring those hands to the earth. Find yourself into your tabletop position. So you're checking that your hips are over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. You're not tilting your pelvis, you're not sticking your bum up, you need a flat back. Nice flat back. And then you're just going to dip your hips down to the right a little bit, and then sweep them round and up to the left. So we're just circling our hips, releasing any tension, and then change direction, so drop down to the left, sweep round, and then put a little bit of weight into your wrists, so you're just circling your chest around, and then reverse, and then just mix it up, so put a bit of weight into your wrists, move that hip round, a little bit of figure eight. Try and release any tension around your head. And then come back to that neutral spine position. You're going to dip your chest down a little bit, as if you're going to swoop your chest up, and then push into your shoulders into that cat position. Keeping your back flat the whole time. So draw that chin to the floor, a little bit of weight into your hands, and then arch your back. So a bit like a cat swooping down to get something off the floor, and then arching its back as you go. One more, little bit of weight into those arms, and then arch that back. Come back to that neutral position, keeping that back nice and flat. Just circle that right knee out to the side, nice and slowly. That 4 seconds of inhale, 4 seconds of exhale, reverse, so draw that knee back, bring it round, and then you're going to take that foot up behind you, like you're putting a footprint on the ceiling. So don't go too high, it's just going to engage your bottom, and then coming onto your fingertips so that you're creating more space into your chest. See if you can bring that foot through in between your hands. You might need to shuffle it through because you don't want that knee to go over your toes. Bringing those hands up to that knee. Keeping that right hand on that right knee, you're going to reach that left arm up and circle it back. Again, circling it forward, circling back, open up that chest. One more.
My lungs are black, my heart is pure.
And then bring that hand back to that knee. Just check your position again, so make sure that front knee is not going over those toes. Bring those hands back down if baby allows you to have that space. Might not. You're going to try and take that foot back behind and then drop that knee down. Flatten your hands. Take that left knee out to the side, circling it round. Try and do that 4 seconds of inhale. super slowly. And then reverse, draw that knee back and bring it round. And then you're going to take it all the way up behind you, footprint on your ceiling. Just check that you're not dipping that pelvis. And then you're going to come onto your fingertips. So making more space into your chest. Try and bring that foot through, helping it as much as you need to so that it's in between your hands. Both hands, that left knee, find that stability, lift your chest, keep that left hand on, reach that right arm up and circle it back to open up your chest. Again, inhale as you circle that arm up and reach back. One more. Bring that hand back to that knee. And then slowly bringing that hands down to the earth, keeping on those fingertips. Take that left knee back into that tabletop position. You're going to start to walk your hands forward into that puppy pose. So we're melting, it's also melting heart pose. So you're walking your hands forward, you're keeping your hips over your knees here, and you're dipping that chest down. Now we're going to stay here for a little bit, so you might want a little bit of a cushion to rest on your head if your shoulders are not quite open. You might be able to rest your forehead onto the floor, and this is where you focus on that breath. Slow that inhale down, slow that exhale down. Is your mind wandering forwards, back? If it does, that's totally normal. You just need to bring it back to that breath, to slow the breath down. And as we slow the breath down, we calm our body. So just find that comfort in the stillness. And if it is slightly uncomfortable, just allow yourself to surrender just for that moment. Giving yourself 100%. And you might find as you exhale, it sinks those shoulders into the mat a little bit more. Stretching around. Slowly walking your hands up, back to your tabletop. Flipping your toes. And you're going to come bum over onto your heels. We're going to come into a squat. But we're not going to stay here for very long. Bring your hands down to the earth. Slowly draw your bottom up. And then you're going to come all the way up to standing. Inhaling as you go. Connect those palms. Exhale, drawing those hands to heart center. Dropping those shoulders away from your ears. Slowly walking your feet so that they're underneath your hips. Coming into your Tadasana, your standing mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Again, we're trying to open our chest. Connect your palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Really allowing those shoulders to drop. Really feeling your feet as well. So uncurl your toes. Flatten your feet. Just take a moment. We're slowly going to bring that right foot somewhere along that left leg. Finding that tree pose. Now you might want to be against the wall here, that's absolutely fine. Your toes need to be resting on the mat. You can bring your foot to the inside of your calf or the inside of your thigh. Trying to drop your shoulders down, away from your ears, not allowing your left toes to grip, because all of that tension will be down there. So if you find that you're really gripping and wobbling all over the place, just lower your foot to a different position. And that practice you can build. If you find that your foot is slipping, depends how shiny your leggings are, just imagine you're pushing your foot against your thigh and your thigh against your foot, and it should hold it into a bit more of a solid position. And then reach those arms up, overhead, interlace your hands, and then bring your palms facing up to the sky. I mean, you can just stay with your hands to heart center or hands to baby. We're just slowly finding that balance. Nice and controlled, release that right foot out to the side and tip over to the left. Come back to center, right foot next to left foot, arms by your side. Planting that right foot into the earth, finding that tree position on the other side. You might find that your foot position is slightly different. So go where you want to go, and it might be slightly different. Find that balance. If you need the wall, that's absolutely fine. Reach those arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and then push your palms facing up. And then controlled, you're taking that left foot out to the side. Only if you're ready to go into that next space, then do that. Nice and controlled, take the foot out, tip over to the right. Back to center. Arms by your side. Walk your feet so that they're slightly wider in that hip stance. And then we're slowly going to bring our hands down to the earth. As you bend your knees, you're lowering yourself down into that squat. Lovely. Hands forward, knees to the earth. Find yourself back in that tabletop position. You're going to reach your right arm up and open up your chest. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, you're sweeping it underneath that left arm. You're threading the needle, resting on the outside of that right shoulder, if you can. Now, if your head is nice and relaxed, you might find that you want to bring this left arm up and over to find the small of your back. Or you can just keep that left hand in front of you, resting your head. Try and relax that left arm somewhere rather than leaving it up into the air. So either resting that hand on the small of your back, or you're resting the hand in front of your face. Another moment to find that stillness. Connect with your breath. Keeping your hips over your knees. Stretching out your shoulder. If that left arm is up and over, bring it back in front of your face to put that weight in it, to bring that right arm through, back to your tabletop position, reaching your left arm up to open up your chest, taking an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're sweeping underneath that right arm, resting on the outside of that left shoulder. Trying to rest your head if you can. This right arm can stay in front of your face and support you, or you might feel inclined to reach the right arm up and rest it. So rest it either on the small of your back, or try and find that left thigh. And stay here for a nice, long, slow inhale. And exhale. Allowing yourself that 100%. If that right arm is up and over, bring it back in front of your face to lift yourself back into that tabletop position. You're going to bring your bottom over to your heels and widen your knees and walk those hands forward into that child's pose. So you reach those arms forward, feeling that stretch around your shoulders. You may be able to rest your head down, or you can always make a little pillow, fill your head with your hands. You won't feel that stretch around your shoulders if you're doing that though, but you will feel it around your hips. Opening up your hips. Again, just keeping it nice and relaxed. Allowing your body to have that bit of stillness, that control, of just being still and with your breath. And you can take that with you throughout your day, throughout the rest of the week. Just having that ability and control to slow your breath down, to be present. Allowing yourself to let go. Slowly walk those hands up, bringing those knees together. You're going to come onto your bottom. So you're going to sweep your legs round. You're going to take that left leg a little bit wider than your hip. Your right knee is going to be bent. Again, you can always rest that right knee somewhere. Just allows you a little bit of hip opening with that leg slightly wider than your hips. Your left hand can go rest somewhere on this left leg. You can hold your feet. You can also bend this left knee if you need to. We're going to reach our right arm up and over to the side. So we're side stretching. It's not about this right hand trying to meet this left hand. We're trying to open up the side body. So really allowing that right side to open up. You can bring a bend into that arm if it's more comfortable. You can draw that hand, that right ear if that's more comfortable. Just find a little bit of rest. Slowly and controlled, bring that right hand up. Plant that right hand down that right hip. We're going to come onto that right knee. So you're going to push those hips up. Sweep that left arm up. Allowing that left side to open. Slowly lower that bottom down. Swap that leg stance so the right leg is out. That left knee is going to be bent out to the side. Again, you can prop that knee up if you want to, if you're feeling a little bit of tension there. Finding this hand placement with this right hand. Also remembering you can bend that right knee. Reach this left arm up for that side stretch. Again, you can let that head, that hand hang wherever it wants. You can rest it on your head, reach it over to the side. Remember, we're trying to side stretch rather than folding forward. Not that baby will probably allow you that space. And your breath may quicken, just try and slow it down. Surrender into that pose. Slowly bringing that left arm up. Moving anything away that's been holding that knee up. Left hand by that left hip, you're coming onto that left knee. So you're going to push your hips up, weight in that left hand, reach that right arm up. As you push those hips, you'll feel that down that right side. And then slowly lower your bottom down. You're going to bring the soles of both feet together. So you could again prop yourself up with cushions here if it's more comfortable to allow your knees to stretch out. We're going to curl forward as much as baby allows us. So you're going to draw your chin to your chest and you're going to bring your hands to your feet and you're going to allow your back to curl. So we're curling forward as much as we can. Closing those eyes if you feel you want to. Again, not trying to have any tension around those knees. So if you need to draw your heels in towards your body or further away, find that pose that works best for you. Listening to your body, listening to where it needs to be, and allowing that neck to release as you draw your chin to your chest. Taking that moment just to focus on that inhale and the exhale as you slow that breath down. And just get used to being in that moment. Again, your mind may wander forward, back, up, down. Constantly telling you you should be doing something else, should be somewhere else. Just allowing yourself to be here. And the focus on the breath is for grounding, so it brings you into that present moment. Slowly releasing your hands. You're going to draw that right foot in towards your pelvis and you're going to cross your legs. So your left leg is out the front, right leg in towards your body. So we're sitting cross-legged and you're going to reach up. And as much as you can, you're going to fold forward. So as soon as baby hits the thighs, lower your hands. And just relax. Now you might, if you can, walk your hands a little bit forward. You're going to try and keep your bum down. So don't allow it to lift. And slowly start to walk your hands over to the left, not letting that bum lift. And baby might be restricting you. So just stay forward if that's the case. If you're in a position where your bump is nice and nestled into your legs, just stay there. You'll feel that in your hips. If you can bring a little bit of movement, start to move your hands over to the right. So you're walking your hands around. Really depends where you are within the pregnancy. Back to center. Walk those hands towards your legs. You're going to bring those hands behind you and just puff your chest up. So you're just lifting that chest. Feeling that around your shoulders. Release that hold. You're going to swap your legs. So your left leg is going to be on the inside now. Your right leg is on the outside. Cross-legged. Reaching those arms up. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale forward. As soon as bump hits the thighs, start to bring those hands down to the earth. If you can, walk a little bit forward. Don't let that bottom lift. If baby allows, try and walk your hands over to the left. Again, not letting your bum lift. You'll feel it all around your hips. Can come over to the right, or you can just stay reaching forward. Come back to center, walk those hands towards your body, bringing them behind you to puff your chest up again. And then slowly release. Release that cross of your legs. You're going to let that left leg go long. Draw that right knee bend. And you're just going to lift that foot off and circle that right foot in one direction, then the other. Point and flex your foot. We forget about the amount of work our feet do. Let that right leg go straight in front of you. Bring that left knee in towards your chest as much as you can. You're going to lift that right foot, left foot, circling in one direction, and then the other. Flex and point that foot. Drop that foot so it's flat on the earth. Hands to support you as you draw that right knee in. Walk those feet slightly wider than your hips and just drop your knees over to the right as you turn your head over to the left. So you're creating a little bit of a spinal twist. And then up and over to the left. Turn your head to look in the right. Coming back up to centre and getting yourself nice and comfortable. So if you need these cushions to support you so that you're resting, you might need a few more. You can rest so that your legs are straight. If you're over 30 weeks, you can't really lay flat. You need to be sort of laying on your left-hand side. But try and get yourself completely relaxed. So as soon as you've propped yourself, just check that there's no tension anywhere. So you can build yourself this little pillow mountain. You put your bottom and then rest your head back. Now you're still upright, so if you've got any problems with nausea or anything like that. Now you can, depending on how your pelvis is draw the soles of your feet together if you think your hips will allow it. Supporting your knees though, as it will be heavy on your hips. And you can draw hands to baby, or you can have your legs straight out in front of you. You may feel like you want your arms out by the side so that you can open that chest a little bit more and really expand those lungs. Palms facing up. So just find yourself nice and relaxed. And just almost allow yourself to know that there's going to be no more movement, just stillness. And try and make that breath in through the nose and out through the nose if you can, but just allow it to move freely. Just be aware of that gentle rhythm of your breath. Feel the breath coming in and the breath going out. Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Make sure that you don't get too cool, so you might want to have a blanket on you. Allow the outgoing breath to release the weight of the body down into the support of the earth beneath. With every exhalation now, consciously transferring the weight of the body down through its points of contact with the floor. Every exhalation is a letting go, as if you could give away the whole weight of the body. Be with the gentle rhythm of the natural, easy breath. Allow the body to settle deeper into stillness with every outgoing breath. You are in the lap of the Mother Earth. Let her carry your weight. As the body comes into a state of deepening stillness, allow for the breath to become more spacious and free. Listen to the sound of the breath. Hear all the other sounds that are audible right now. Now let the focus rest with the intimate sound of breath coming in and going out. The sound closest to you. Feel the stillness of the body and the spaciousness of the breath. Know that your practice of Yoga Nidra is held safely in a place of protection and security. Know that the boundaries of the practice are secure, and that as you enter into the state of consciousness, which is Yoga Nidra, you are held safely within the protected space. Invite now the mind to follow the example of the body and the breath to become stiller and quieter. Invite the mind to create a single form of consciousness. Allow that form of awareness simply to be, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. Let that be the form of consciousness for the rest of the practice. And now allow the focus of the mind to accompany the breath. On the next exhalation, breathe down as if you could breathe into the space of the heart. Feel as if the heart herself is breathing. Evoke there in the heart a feeling of thankfulness, a sense of gladness, simply for the opportunity to practice Yoga Nidra. Feel this gladness as a gentle warmth that radiates from the heart. Breathe into this warmth and be thankful for the opportunity to practice Yoga Nidra. As the mind enters the heart, hear the breath of the heart as if it were the voice of the heart's own wisdom. Listening to the breath of the heart, there are two ways to be with it. You can repeat your own positive affirmation and allow those words to be repeated. It can be, I am strong, I am healthy, I am calm, anything you choose it to be. Alternatively, simply rest in receptive relationship to the heart's guidance. Be open now to whatever wisdom may come through to you on the breath of the heart. Welcome it. Know that your positive affirmation, guidance of the heart, is now like a seed that has been planted into the fertile soil of gladness and thankfulness. It is surely already growing and thriving, manifesting in your life. And now take the attention back to the physical body and prepare to guide the mind around the body, as if the light of the mind's attention comes to shine on each part of the body in turn, whilst the mind travels freely. Follow the instructions. The physical body remains motionless and takes deep rest. Allow for the light of the mind's attention to take the form of a bright little star. As consciousness travels to each part of the body, place a star on that part of the body, leaving it to twinkle there. It is as if the whole body begins as a dark night sky, and as the mind travels around, bringing bright starlight to each part, the body is illuminated like a great constellation of stars in the sky. Bring the awareness to your jaw, your mouth, your face, placing twinkling stars on all of these areas. Moving the awareness around your body, placing stars on the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, palms, chest, baby, pelvis, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet and toes. Let the light shine. See all the little stars twinkling now in the constellation of the whole body. Bring the light of the mental awareness to the whole of your body. The right side, the left side, front and back. Feel the whole of the physical body resting on the floor. Feel the physical body heavy, so heavy, so heavy. As the breath comes in, experience a sensation of lightness, as if the body was so light that it might even float up, moving up into the sky, so light, almost weightless. As the breath moves between the two sensations of heaviness on the exhalation and lightness on the inhalation, go to the weight of the floor. Feel the whole of the physical body resting on the floor. And now as the breath goes out, allow the light of the mind's attention to focus entirely on a single point in the center of the heart. Like a little point of the light is there. And as the breath comes in, experience a sensation of expansion and release. On the inhale, carry the light out into the expanding field of spacious awareness radiating from the heart. Be aware now that every exhalation is a softening, releasing breath, allowing baby and you to relax. Know that the very rhythm of this natural breath is baby's nourishment within the womb. The rhythm of the breath, creating a gentle rhythm in the amniotic fluid, the ocean within the womb. Just as you notice your body breathing, being aware of the breath entering and leaving the body, there is no effort involved. The breath is simply coming in and going out, as if the body and the breath were very old friends. And the breath simply lets itself in and out of the body, just comes and goes. Count these breaths, starting with the next inhale. You may inhale in for 4, or just count your breath as you inhale and exhale. Now directing the whole of the focus back to that space in your heart, that light shining. Listen now to the guidance of the heart's wisdom. Hear those words of your own affirmations, speaking positively to yourself. Nurture the seed of the resolution that you planted at the beginning of the practice. Know that this grows and flourishes now in your life. Remind yourself of the form of awareness that has been present throughout the practice. I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. I've been practicing Yoga Nidra. I've been practicing Yoga Nidra. Know that the protective, nurturing breath has supported your practice. The practice of Yoga Nidra continues to surround and protect you as you come towards the end of this practice. Be aware that the protection and the blessings of the practice of Yoga Nidra come now into your everyday life. Once again, direct the attention to the rise and fall of the natural breath. Allow the breath to become a little deeper, a little noisier, so that you can hear the sound of your own breath entering and leaving your body. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Feel your body moving with each inhalation and exhalation. Sense now that each inhalation is a waking breath, bringing vitality and strength to the body. With each inhalation, feel the body returning to a waking state, full of energy and life. Be aware now that the body is refreshed, the mind is wide awake. Begin to make tiny movements. Touch the tip of each of your fingers in turn with the tip of your thumb. Stretch out your fingers and wriggle them. Rotate your wrists in one direction and then the other. Moving your toes, wriggling them. And then allow your body to move, bringing yourself back to this present moment. Slowly start to bring yourself into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed, drawing your shoulders down, lifting the crown of your head up. Shrugging your shoulders up to your ears as you take an inhale, and then an exhale out of your mouth. Drop those shoulders. Circle your shoulders back and forward. Take an inhale, sweep those arms up, connect your palms together, and then slowly draw your hands to heart center. May you feel safe and loved, at peace and ease and grounded. And then your thumbs up to your third eye, that space in between your eyebrows, on your forehead. I honour the light, love, truth, beauty and peace within you, because it is also in me. In sharing these things, we are united. We are the same. We are one. My soul honours your soul. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.